Forgot my headphones. Hold on. All right, let me just pull a few things up here, and we'll get started. Close that. Pull that up. Pull my other notes up. All right. Turn the music down a hair. All right. How's everybody doing? How's everybody's weekend? Oops. Oh, welcome to the weekly close. While you were grilling burgers or binge watching, Crypto Never Sleeps. Let's dive into the weekend chaos. We'll start off with a quick poll. Do you guys think that is Bitcoin going to close above or below 105.5 right here? Is crypto going to close below or above 105? Ones and twos for ones for above and twos for below. What do you think it's going to do? What do you think it's going to do? But we'll go over quick. So it looks like we saw a bit of a rebound today. Well, I'm going to take a... We're relaxing a bit tonight. Oh, wow. Jump up to 670. Crazy. Let's go over some quick news before we dig in. We went over the market performance on our Friday stream. What else do we have here? Kind of want broader. Here, let's just go to Google News. It's kind of what I'm looking for anyways. Was there major... I heard something about the government shutdown possibly ending, and what was it? Oh yeah, something about stimulus checks again, basically, from tariff revenue. So I wouldn't be surprised if the market reacts to that. You know, that's a perfect catalyst. We went over the charts of the S&P 500 on Friday, and we concluded that we didn't see anything out of the normal, nothing run for the hills, major sell-off. It seems like it was just, you know, we're sticking in within a reasonable consolidation range. So, Trump orders states pause paying full SNAP benefits. Israel confirms receiving remains soldier killed in Gaza. Let's go more business. FAA reductions in air traffic enter third day. I literally just bought a flight for Denver, and yeah. Hopefully the shutdown, it's not for until December, so the shutdown should be done by then. But even still, man, you never know, you might get freaking canceled. Takes another hit from struggling shutdown. We're not going to read. I'm just going to read through some headlines quick. Stock futures rise on hope for a deal to end shutdown. Live updates. Let's take a look at this. Wow, I just contradicted what I said I would. Just did what I said I wouldn't do. That's okay. House director firms working on 50-year mortgage. I'm just gonna say it. Don't sign up for a 50-year mortgage. Don't sign up for a 50-year mortgage. That is a investment in which the interest will be so crazy that you will be left paying off a debt for the rest of your life. You will die with. You are more likely to die with that debt and leave your family with a burden than anything. But that's all I'll say on it. We're just gonna go over to some quick news and then we'll get back to the chart. But yeah, don't buy a 50-year mortgage. Figure something else out, you know. It is possible. I was just approved for a 30-year mortgage, and it wasn't that long ago that I thought that I never would see the day. So, after some business, millennials say, well, yeah, that's bullshit. Not seeing anything major other than the Trump checks and the possible government shutdown ending, which are two major news. Could cause major catalysts for the market. Let's see if there's anything in here. China factory gate deflation. Excuse me. Oh, Morty. Yes, the jobs data. That was Friday, though. Michigan jobs data came out weak. Consumer sentiment, that's what it was. The consumer sentiment shrinking across the board, except for Americans with the most stocks. Interesting. Feds Williams, Balancing Act. Fed forecast to cut rate in December as employment cools. Interesting. It's possible. That's kind of it. 4 days ago, car repossessions. I think that's kind of a nothing burger. What else? Really trying to dig in deep here. I'm kidding. No, that's pretty much it. The Trump checks and the possible government shutdown ending, which, albeit, are two major news. Here we go. Stocks future rise 30 minutes ago by CNBC. Mid for our hope in government shutdown. We just said that. Dollar volatility tumbles as currency market moves past Trump stock shock. Maybe we'll go over that. See ya. Accept the cookies. Currency markets have moved beyond the Trump shock, sparked big gyrations. Measure of dollar volatility tumble. Expectations of swinging the dollar value against the euro and the yen, which spiked Donald Trump's election, have fallen. Market expectations for the dollar swings have fallen. The dollar strengthened before the election. Available Trump tariff. Yada, yada, yada. Talk of the end of UX exceptionalism. When has the U.S. president ever determined U.S. exceptionalism? Like, seriously. Yes, it helps, I mean, but government doesn't own, you know, we still have the, you know, the free market. Companies are still gonna, you know, be innovative in this country. Like, just because Trump is president isn't going to stop innovation. Like, let's take off the doom-colored glasses because Trump got elected. We went over this. We don't need that anymore. We all went over that on Friday. Check me on Friday. We go over the market a lot more on Fridays. This is mainly a news / crypto focus stream. But we will go over maybe our watch list again, stuff like that. It's just not as emphasized market. We do stream on Wednesdays as well for a midweek market check-in. And we will be streaming tomorrow. Unexpected stream. Took the day off, asked the boss off for the day on Friday, so I could do this. And we are going to stream some live trading tomorrow, and yeah, it should be a blast. We'll try to get on before market close. I have to run out to the store in the morning, but before I'm gonna try to hit there early, and yeah, we'll probably be live before market close tomorrow. Check that out, and maybe we get some trading in. We'll see if we find some setups that we like. You know, we don't force trades around here. Wow, holy shit. Oh, it looks like Bitcoin is up to 105 and $848,000. Amazing run up in the last few minutes here that I've been rambling. Ethereum holds at 3,623. Oops, just bumped up a little. Solana holds at 167.31. Ondo, we're not going to cover that. We'll do Litecoin, and we're going to not even bother with Sui or Ondo. And Litecoin is at $111. I'm surprised that Litecoin didn't pull back more. Let's go to the hourly. Forgot you gotta zoom out like a mile and then scroll over a mile. Whoa. Whoa. Hey. Hello. Come on, computer. All right. No, that isn't right. Wow. Bruh. Bruh. All right. So, Litecoin. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just surprised this didn't pull back more this week. Actually, compared to Bitcoin, kind of held a lot better. It's kind of wild. We try to keep it pretty simple around here. As you can see, I don't have a bunch of crazy indicators and, you know, nothing crazy. We got volume. We have the 10 moving average, the 20 moving average, and the 50-day moving average, and the 200-day moving average. If on the when I go over single Morty, when I go over single stocks, I'll have the average true range, and that's it. That's it. That's all I do for indicators. Keep it simple, stupid. That's how we like it around here. Yeah, we went over the volatility drivers, the possible government shutdown news, and the Trump checks. You know what? We don't really do this, but this is a new format of the show. We have some added segments, and this is now one of them. We're gonna take a look at X here. Ooh, 32 minutes ago. Wow, bam, not possible. No longer a possible government shutdown. Breaking: senators have reached a deal to end the government shutdown. The agreement was negotiated by Senators Augustus King, Jean could be Gene, Shaheen, and Maggie Hassan, as well as several GOP senators, and there are enough Democratic caucus members in favor of the deal, sources tell Fox News. So that's huge. That could be the catalyst the market needs, and crypto clearly needs. Let's go back. That explains a lot for the day. That explains a lot of the action for the day. Look at that hourly candle alone. So here was all the Congress members today, or Congress family members today. And now here is the peasants piling in and trend following. Wow. I'm joking, obviously, by using the word peasant. I'm referring to myself as well when I say that. Oh, wow, amazing. And that candle just keeps fucking skyrocketing even fucking higher. Look at that. That's fucking insane. Wow, we are 12 minutes before the candle close, and that candle just got a lot bigger. Wow. Let's take a look at the 30, or the 5, no, fuck it. Let's look at the minute. What's the minute doing? It's gotta be going crazy. Happy Sunday. I'm gonna go grab another brew. We typically don't do this on Sunday streams, or streams in general. Actually, period, I really don't drink much in general. But, you know, we, had some company over, and there's some leftover beers. And I figured, hey, what the hell? Fuck it. I have a couple beers with you. Sit back. So, I will, be right back. Watch the candles, and, let's zoom in here on the weeklies. And then, I'm gonna grab a brew. I won't be gone that long, but I think I am gonna take a tinkle, and then we will be right back. Oh, hey, and we are back. Where are we at here with the Bitcoin? Wow, we're still holding that 106,000. Unbelievable. So, yeah, when I locked off, my fucking foot got stuck on this headphone cord. Let's get this plugged in here. Music's not too loud, is it? Or too quiet? Oh, shit. We just bumped up almost another... And we just hit $106,400 on Bitcoin. Holy shit. Okay. So I can close this. So actually, hey. So new poll idea. Now ours is kind of pretty much invalidated. Quick poll before the close here on the weekly candle. Let's pull the weekly back up. We got 6 minutes until the weekly close. And where do you think we are going to end up on the weekly close? Are we going to close above? Are we going to close above 106,500? Are we going to make it there or below? $106,500. Are we going to close above or below? One's for above, two's for below. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? I see the music, really. You guys are probably hardly hearing. Okay, cool. No, that's probably good for you guys. Let's go back to full screen here. We are 5 minutes until the weekly candle close. I think I can close that one too. Nah. Let's take a look at Twitter quick. Oh, fuck. So, confirmed government shutdown. What else did we find out? We'll keep up Bitcoin there. Actually, you know what? Yeah. Hey. Dude, anybody hate Windows for that? Like, this shit is fucking annoying. That is... I could come unglued right now. But I won't. Yes, there it is. We saw that. The $2,000 payment to most Americans funded by U.S. tariff revenues. How? How did Nick Fuentes come up on this channel? What? Bro, this channel doesn't only follows fucking crypto, and fucking Fox News is like, I think that's really like the other than like CNBC. I think I have CNN followed too on this Twitter, but that's wild. That's just, that cracks me up. How the fuck did Fuentes pop up on this this channel? That's too funny. Holy fuck. What is with all of this? And you know what? Where is it? Not interested. This is supposed to be like, yes, I'm interested in news, but do I like care what any of those people like are saying? No, not on this. Another one, Brian Krasenstein. No, I don't care about political talking heads. I want news on this Twitter page. Another one. Gunther Eagleman, a fucking talking head. Jim Cramer, here we go. At least, I'm not the biggest fan of the guy, but at least it's a financial fucking talking head. Hard to believe how any serious entity really trusts the chat bots yet. For a piece I did on the Investing Club, I asked ChatGPT for data for single home prices for last year. Got different numbers each time when I questioned it. I have experienced stuff like that. Absolutely. Honestly, even with the making of this stream. Whoa. Hold on. Even with the making of this stream, man, because I have some of my notes are like, you know, I type it up quick and have it like just give me like, you know, the SMP and stuff like that. But I cross-reference it because, you know, I do it on stream. Like I have the SMP pulled up and shit like that. So, but like, and as you, if you watch the stream, you've seen moments like that where I'm like, I'm reading and I'm like, oh shit, that's wrong. So, yep, definitely have experienced that. It isn't perfect, but we are also still talking about a very young technology. All technology improves and progresses. So, we are at its infancy. But that's all I'll say about that. What was I gonna do? I was gonna pull up. Here we go. Pull up another window of that. We'll go home, and so I can do full screen here, and then it brings that bar across. That's so gay, so lame. What? A poll, I guess. What is the market sentiment now with the more recent news? Bullish or bearish? One's for bullish, two's for bearish. Why do I have... Oh, that's why. I see. And there it is. That is the close for the weekly. We closed at roughly 106,333 on the weekly crypto close. All right, so that is enough of Twitter. Why'd I say that all weird? Twitter. That's enough of the twatter. Now let me pull up some of my notes here. And we'll go over the charts. Where is it? Oh yeah, bookmarks. All right, now that candle has closed, let's take a sit back and I don't know about you guys, but we'll light up a little tobacco and relax a little. And save. Alright, we went over that already. Alright. So Looks like Bitcoin has bumped up to 400 or 106 and $470,000. Ethereum is at 3,644. And Solana is at 168. And Litecoin is down at $110. And so now let's take a more broader look. We'll go here. We'll go BTC. And let's take a look at the long term and short term. Bam. Okay. So the daily. Wow, I did not notice that yesterday. So we have almost an engulfing candle on Saturday. And looks like confusion. Is that when the I thought the daily candle closed at midnight. I just got this Google Watch. Oh man, it's so nice. Okay, so anyways, as you can see, I got into Bitcoin late in the game. Kinda, I had sold off my Bitcoin about a year prior. It does close at midnight, so why do we have a 10th candle here? Anyways, slight bullish indignation here. Like to see a break above the November 4th open, obviously. Let's take a look at the short term, and then we'll take a longer term perspective. Let's go to the hourly. And as you guys know, it has been very great in the hourly. Looks like we have been seeing some profit takers at the top of the hour here, with a inverted hammer. And that just turned green, flashed green. And so, as you can see, for the past week, Bitcoin has been in rough shape. People have been buying the dip, and it's selling off. And with this market news, this new news, the new Trump news, the new, oh, looks like we got a more prominent hammer forming in the hourly. It's the beginning of the hourly though, so. But now let's take a look at the broader perspective. We're still aren't seeing a a hard bullish signal. I really would like it to see, you know, come above, to close above the 20-day moving average here. That would put us back in the previous resistance slash support. That would be good. Other than that, I mean, on the short term, it looks bullish, but long term, hard to say. But with this new news of the government shutdown ending, that could be the catalyst it needs to break through that resistance. Now let's take a look at Ethereum. And same thing almost. But let's take a look at the hourly first. And as you can see, long term, well, we'll get into the long term. We can, it's been selling off and consolidated in this range, this 3,200 range. And then today, probably all of the senators and Congress members were buying this up earlier today. and literally like 30 minutes ago, Fox News, a little bit more now, reported a confirmed end of the government shutdown. So, and now we are seeing everybody pile in, but we are still seeing some profit takers. So it's the beginning of the hour. We'll see where it goes. Hi, Diamond. What are we doing next? Solana. Let's do Solana next. Okay, so it's all the same story, pretty much. Looks like we are now above the 200-day moving average, though, in Solana for the hourly. And let's take a look at the longer term. And yes, hey, looks like the wick has crossed the 10-day moving average. But obviously a close would be better. Alright. Other than that, it would be nice to see it break through that previous support slash resistance, that support now resistance. Would be nice to see that breakthrough. I guess watch for that tonight. And now for the last one, let's take a look at Litecoin, LTC. And then we'll get into, we'll take a look at the Fear and Greed Index. Just noticed we should have looked at that earlier. That is my apology. There's normally something we do before the close. It's been a long time. I've had to take a few of the Sundays off, so sorry if I'm a little rusty. But yeah, we're going on I think a month now that we haven't done a weekly close. So my apologies. Been busy. It nothing more I can say. So Litecoin, let's get into the short term here. The hourly. Gotta zoom way the fuck out. Then back in. Okay, so wow. So 12 minutes in, we have a bullish hammer forming. go. Wow, so we broke out on Litecoin already. We broke out of the weekend's range that it fell into. And we actually broke out of this previous October range. Mid-October range. Actually, that. So we had a pump, consolidation, and then one last pump, and then a drop. October 9th, October 10th. And then we are now above the previous consolidation of September. So wow, Litecoin is seemingly pretty bullish in the short term on the hourly. Let's take a look at the daily now. And daily looks pretty bullish too. We are consolidating, or not really consolidating, we are above now that previous support, or that previous resistance that fell. And we are above the most recent support levels, resistant levels. Now should act as support. That is the worst word in finance, by the way, should. So my apologies for saying that. We are above all of the moving average on my chart, the 200, the 10, the 50, and the 20. I would say Litecoin looks pretty bullish. Am I gonna buy? No, not a share. What I'm going to do is I will double down on my DCA. I do a $4 DCA into the major cryptos. Oh, that's funny. That's the order that came through on my watch. That's wild. I do a daily DCA into crypto, $4 a day. It's about 8% of the portfolio. Or not 8. What am I thinking? 3% of my portfolio is in crypto. And so where do you guys think the week ahead is gonna go? Do you think it's gonna be a big bull run? Are we gonna see more profit taking this week? We had major news. Government shutdown is ending. And what was it? Trump checks, possible Trump checks. What do you guys think is gonna do? Are we gonna see a bull run? One's for bull run, two's for bear claw. Actually, no, we got the emotes for it. If you're on Twitch, just send the emotes. And I think that is gonna wrap it up for our crypto segment. We don't really cover meme coins. We don't cover stuff like that. We cover the stable coins, Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Solana. And that'll close it, that segment. And so let's take a look at the earnings calendar for the week. We'll pull up some of the charts for what do we have here? Actually, I have notes made. Where are they? Oh, it's not bookmarked. That's right. Where is it? Uh-oh. I lost my... Here it is. I think it should be in here. Here it is. All right. So, major earnings reports for the week. What is going on with this cord? Holy shit. Okay. So we have our watch list that we covered Friday. We're not going to go over that. But, wow, it looks like it's pretty green. Maybe we will go over that. But let's go over the earnings reports first for the week. Starting with BBAI. And they report on Monday, tomorrow. Big Bear AI, ticker symbol BBAI. If you've been to the Denver airport recently, you've maybe seen their signs and a few other airports, but they are a leader, starting to be a leader in AI-powered decision intelligence, serving sectors like national security, defense, supply chain, and digital identity. With tools for data processing, machine learning, and predictive analytics. On a micro level, their previous earnings, the company's revenue kind of trends, expected a decline to $301 million amid ongoing losses and contract wins in defense / broader tech, impacting stock volatility as seen as 700. Let's pull that up. The 1 year. So that's wrong. Hey, perfect example. It's not perfect. We have a year-to-date 5% increase. And honestly, you know what? I think we are going to start a DCA. Shit, you know what? We should go over the crypto fear and greed before we go into the stocks. My apologies, guys. So, extreme fear. I'm way more of a stock guy than crypto guy. My apologies. So, crypto fear and greed. We are in the fear range. We are now at 24. Just above. What? I see. So, let's zoom in here. So, we're actually gonna reset. So, wow, during this time that we've missed these streams, because I remember it was in July here. No, not July. It wouldn't have been July. It would have been in here. We were in the neutral range, and we spiked up into the greed. I would have seen that, but we haven't been doing Sunday streams, so haven't really been following crypto, just been doing my DCAs. Hey, you know, set and forget it type deal. But wow. So extreme fear 15. We're 10 points away. Let's take a look at the market overview. And wow, net flow. Bitcoin took the biggest hit. I think we can get into the stocks again. What do you guys think? Let's get into the stocks. See, what was it? BBAI DCA into BBAI. BBAI. Let's set that up right now. We got that one set. Let's take a look at the Okay, so that's the micro. Impacting year-to-date surge. Macro-wise, it highlights AI adaptation in government and security, reflecting border tech or broader tech. Wow, broader tech spending, broader tech spending and national defense priorities amid geopolitical tendencies. Next earning report up. CoreWeave. This was a big one. New IPO this past year. CRWV. CoreWeave. We took some profits on that earlier this year. Big gap down earlier this week. Last week. Specialized cloud computing provider, focus on GPU accelerated infrastructure for AI training and machine learning workloads. On the micro level, we'll pull up short term here. On the micro level, importance lies in its financial health and guidance on capacity expansion, often leading to volatile stock reactions. Historical median negative 12% 1 day post earnings. So on the short term here, you can see, wow, gap up in the after hours / overnight session here. And a big old green candle breaking away the Friday's range. So pretty big bullish signal. That is an entry signal for my short-term trading. We are above the fifth. We are our close is above the 50-day moving average. Price is above the 10 and the 20. So in the short term, that looks good. Let's go to the daily, and on a macro scale, earnings signal for demand for AI computing resources, influencing trends and hyperscaler investments and the overall AI infrastructure boom amid chip shortages. And on the daily here, just beginning to form, we have somewhat of a, that's kind of more of a dragonfly doji than a hammer doji, or hammer candle. So still a bullish signal, but a little bit more bearish. But if we go back here, looks like we are now possibly filling the gap. We had tested this gap from September, and possible gap fill reversal here. We fell almost. Wow, the wick did fall to that spinning top candle on September 10th. So be on the lookout for CoreWeave earnings reports on Monday. Right? Yes, on Monday. And now let's go to Oxy, ticker symbol OXY. Occidental Petroleum, an energy giant engaged in oil and gas exploration, production, and chemicals, with major operations in the Permian Basin, Micro-wise, their previous report details EPS, or actually their expected EPS is about 0.48, almost 50 cents. And production efficiency, including acquisition integrations like Crown Rock, affecting debt levels, and shareholder returns, affecting debt levels and shareholder returns. So, looks like we have a big red candle here. A gap up and a gap fill. And they report earnings tomorrow. That is the hourly. Let's take a look at the daily for the longer term. Longer term, they are green. People bought them up on Friday. And really, though, you zoom out, and that doesn't look like anything I would touch. So, but that's just me. It's not personalized financial advice. But on a macro level, let's take a look. Let's think of the macro level, though, before we move on. Implications include insights into global oil supply /demand, energy prices, and transition to renewables, impacting inflation and commodity markets. So be on the lookout for that earnings report, for the sentiment for energy, for oil, etc. And the next one is Tyson Foods. Everybody's had Tyson Foods, man. Who hasn't had some chicken, man? Some Tyson chicken. Ticker symbol TSY. TSN, sorry. TSN, Tyson Foods. And let's go to the hourly and talk about the micro. Tyson, at a micro level, earnings exposed, margins squeezed by feed costs and supply chain issues, plus consumer demand shifts. That's mainly what this one is about, consumer sentiment. Guided future possibility. So, looks like we have fallen back into... Looks like we climbed up November 2nd, November 5th, and then looks like it seemed to have not been a safe haven play for people on Friday, and then sold off. We are approaching the 200-day moving average, and let's take a look at the daily. We got a more green candle, a little bit more bullish, but still long term, we are in a downtrend. It's trying to hold at previous support / resistance, but on a macro level, this earnings report should reflect food inflation trends, agricultural commodity cycles, and broader consumer staples resilience in economic slowdowns. So that's a big earnings report to watch out for next week. What's next? Beyond Meat's a bit of a meme stock lately. BYND. Beyond Meat. Big green candle on Friday. Holy shit, that's surprising with broader market sentiments. That's actually a bullish engulfing candle on Friday in Beyond Meats. That's quite surprising to me. Let me know if that, doesn't surprise you in the chat. If that, if you had expected that, let me know and tell me what the hell you were thinking on expecting that. But so everybody knows, plant-based meat alternative company, on a micro level, important. The micro importance centers on sales growth amid competition and cost controls, with guidance on international expansion influencing stock sentiment. Let's go to, normally I have the hourly pulled up when I do the micro, but so let's go to the hourly here, and we are seeing some major selling off, as you just saw that jump. But I mean, the 50 and the 10 and the 20 are all pointing up, so that'd be the short term. On the macro terms, this earnings report should gauge sustainability trends, health-conscious consumer shifts, and alternative protein market growth. Not my thing, but hey, if you're into it, let me know in chat. Response to climate and dietary changes. And now the next one would be Nimbus, or Nebius, ticker symbol NBIS. What happened to my notes? Okay. So Nebus Group, technology firm offering AI cloud and search services, with a focus on European and global expansion post-Russia divestiture. On a micro level, earnings highlight revenue from AI tools and cloud, plus integration challenges, driving company valuation. And as you can see, November 9th here, we are seeing some increase. We are approaching the 200-day moving average. If we cross that, the wick has crossed that, but if we close above that 200-day moving average, that would be a major bullish signal for this, especially in the short term. On a macro level, let's go to the daily. The macro level provides visibility into AI service demand and tech sector recovery, especially in non-US markets amid regulatory shifts. And as you can see, we closed earlier, or we opened below the 50-day moving average, and now we are approaching the previous day's range, Friday's range, after a big sell-off. We tested a gap fill reversal maybe. Oh man, wow, this is a huge list, and I just am not feeling it today. Honestly, it's because I'm having these. Next Sunday, we'll do better. Cisco, watch out for Cisco. Cisco reports earnings on Wednesday. CSCO. They've been seeing a pullback. Pulled back to the previous support / resistance. Circle, newer IPO, CRCL. And that is just down. We sold this. Well, you bought it on open on the initial public offering down here, and we just held, and we bought more too. And we rode it up to about the $180 level is when we got out. And you know, you could have done the gap up, but look at that, 2 days, bam, crash. And then in another 2 days, it had filled that gap basically to almost where I had filled or sold. So, and that's it. I mean, Walt Disney reports, entertainment powerhouse. We'll read through these quick. We won't go through the charts. Morty. And then we're going to end. Be sure to tune in Monday, tomorrow at 9:30. Maybe before market open. We're going to try. So, micro focus on DTC profitability, parks momentum, and cost savings. Guiding sentiment growth post WWE deal. I didn't know that. Did you guys know that? I didn't know Disney bought WWE. I guess maybe that's why there's no more chair. I don't watch it, and I never really did, even as a kid. But I heard some people complaining about that. On a macro, this signals consumer leisure spending. So. Streaming competition and media industry health tying into economic confidence and cultural trends. And then Alibaba, China's e-commerce behemoth with revenue from core commerce, you know what, fuck it. On a macro level, offers includes clues on Chinese consumer recovery, e-commerce growth, and tech regulations affecting global trade and emerging market sentiment. And Applied Materials reporting on Thursday provides manufacturing equipment services for semiconductors crucial for chips in AI. On a micro level, earnings detail order books shipments with focus on China export risks and margins. On a macro level, indicates semiconductor capex cycles, AI-driven chip demand, and supply chain geopolitics impacting tech hardware ecosystem and innovative pace. And so if we that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for tonight. I would go through would be a little bit longer of a stream, but man, the bruise got to me. I should have been a little bit more responsible. Good thing I'm not driving. So if you didn't see Friday's stream, tune in on YouTube. We went over this list here for stock picks. Looks like it's very green. Maybe we will go over those very quickly. Just the charts, nothing specific. Big engulfing candle on DigitalOcean. Unbelievable. APLD, we will be maybe trading this tomorrow. We will see. But we are doing a live trading session on Monday. Very excited. We don't do many of those, so stay tuned. Be on the lookout for that. APLD, another data center. So we got 2 data centers here. Gap fill reversal on APLD maybe. All right, AVGO. We'll just go through these real quick. Looks like kind of a hammer. Kind of a hammer. Nothing crazy, nothing alarming. Continuing the bullish trend, even if it's red. Eli Lilly, that's a bearish hammer. A little bit more of a hammer too. Palantir. Starting the day off, approaching the 50-day moving average. Back in the 170 range. Trade desk. Selling off. Continuing a major downtrend. Although it is green. It's above. It was above the previous day's range, but it just instantly sold off. Oklo. Within the previous day's range and within a September consolidation range, and a phenol, big green candle within the previous day's Friday's range. We are now streaming in 4K. Kind of wild, isn't it? I mean, the stream isn't 4K, but the camera is 4K. So if you notice a better camera quality, that is why I kind of still can't really believe it got delivered today. It was a cheaper 4K camera, but I just kind of noticed shit was kind of blurry. But that's gonna be it for the day, guys. Sorry if it was a little sloppy. We don't drink often, especially on stream. So, but be tuned in for tomorrow. We're gonna do some live trading, so tune in for that. Y'all take it easy. Peace out. Have a good one. Stay green. You guys saw the watch list. I mean, what else is there to say? Tune in tomorrow.